Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I will be your host and DM, Madeline Curie, aka Curiosity, for this wonderful Worldweave extravaganza. And joining us, flying solo, is Zero. Zero, who are you playing?
I'm playing Ash Starlight, who's also playing many other people, most likely. I get to be Robert Downey Jr. I get to be the dude dressed as a dude disguised as another dude.
All right. For those of you who don't know, Ash is a changeling who gets to play many, many people, and Ash is a bard. And what are we doing tonight?
Probably going to class, you know, taking some lessons, stuff like that.
That's right, we're going back to school. You know those bard colleges? We're making it an actual college. Welcome to the Diallo Academy of the Bardic Arts.
I like it.
So, we set out our scene. We're between classes. We're in the quad, which is a staple of many a college campus. And Ash is not Ash today. Ash is, why don't you give us the rundown, Zero? Who are you today?
I think the name was Jashe. I was talking about it really late last night and forgot about it.
Yes, Jashe Sassé.
That's right. That's who I am. I don't know why you thought I was confused. I'm Jashe Sassé, obviously.
So Jashe, you're hanging out with your friend, a Veterak whose name is Sindar. She is not from the Glamour School, she is from the Eloquence School. And you two are hanging out in the quad, discussing your classes. There are a few other Glamour students around, and through the quad walks a gaggle of students from Valor. They look at you in your pink glamour uniforms. Each one of them looks at you and puts that L on their forehead. Losers from Glamour, you guys are going down in the bard off.
Okay. I would like to cast Prestidigitation 3 times in quick succession because I can have 3 simultaneous effects, and cause the L to remain on their foreheads after they put their hands down. But I'll just like mumble it under my breath, you know, and just pretend to ignore them otherwise.
Roll me a quick stealth. Just it's super low DC. Yeah, you're
14.
Fine. You're totally fine. They don't realize what they did, but
so that'll last for an hour.
So as they're walking away, they start making fun of each other. Yo, dude, what did you do? You left the L on your forehead. You're not supposed to do that. What the heck, man? Walking away. By the way, that doesn't make Glamour any less of a loser.
We'll find out in the bard off, won't we?
Just like it is every year. You're going down. Sindar looks at you. Are you gonna let that fly?
I mean, they're just losers. What am I supposed to do? I'll show them up in the bard off, and then it'll all be, you know, it's like, who cares what they think now? It's not like that I need their approval.
You know, I've studied some things in eloquence, and there are ways that we can, you know, demoralize them a little bit.
I'm listening.
What if we were to take something of theirs? Something they value a lot. Say, what if we stole their mascot?
You really think that would demoralize them that much?
I mean, have you seen their mascot? It's a peregrine lion. It is pretty cool. Now, peregrine lion is a out of context here in the place of the scene. I'm not being the character. I'm telling you directly. It's your favorite creature, just reskinned.
I love it. Okay.
So
what's the mascot for Glamour?
So the mascot for Glamour is Eli the Ale Drake.
The Ale Drake?
It's an Ale Drake, and the Ale Drake's not kept secret or hidden away or anything like the Valor mascot is, but he lives in the cafe and ale shop on the Glamour campus called Spelled Milk.
I love it. Okay. I feel like that's a cooler mascot, so...
It is pretty cool.
But, yeah, let's take their mascot away from them. Classic college story.
This doesn't count as railroading, does it?
No, it's fine. When we're doing a tiny little one-shot, a little railroading is kind of needed.
I guess that's true. All right. Yeah, so it's a peregrine lion. Yeah. Coyne, the peregrine lion. They parade him out every time to get their Valor students all pumped up, because honestly, he is pretty cool. But imagine if we could break in, take their mascot, because it's a peregrine lion. They're kind of scary, but if we could do it, well, I mean, it wouldn't do anything for my school, but your school would be pretty primo.
I mean, I know we're friends and all, but like, I'm surprised you'd want to support my group, because I mean, wouldn't you want to support your own contenders?
Listen, it's not so much that I want eloquence to do. I do want eloquence to do better, and it's not so much that I want glamour to do better. I want Valor to go down.
That's fair. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's do it. Should be a piece of cake to walk. I mean, they're all just think they're tough bozos. This should be easy to walk in.
Yeah,
we should probably just stroll right in there.
So we're gonna. We can't.
Just gotta get my hands on a couple of Valor uniforms. That should be easy enough, right?
Should be. Mm-hmm. But where are we gonna keep him? We should probably look for a spot.
I mean, either that or we just let him loose somewhere and then show that they're not very good at keeping things under control.
I mean,
hurts their reputation beyond just the school if that happens.
A little harsh, but okay.
But if you have a spot, that's fine too.
Let's take a stroll around and see what we can find before classes start.
Yeah.
So we walk around. You exit the quad and you guys head towards the glamour dormitories. And I'm gonna roll perception for Sindar.
You want me to roll perception as well?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna get a +2.
I just got a 9. But my passive is a 14.
Alright, you know what? Let's go with your 14, because it's a building that we're looking for. We're not trying to detect someone stealthing. So.
And I'm probably more familiar with the area around the glamour
exactly.
area than Sindar is.
So out behind the dorms on the edge of the woods is this, it's an abandoned shed. It's this old stone building with metal, it's got a metal door.
I'd like to go check it out.
Yeah, let's go look at it. So we roll up, and right at the edge of the woods, it looked like it was originally just a big equipment shed that contained probably musical instruments, but no one's really been there in a while. Its door's a little rusty. The roof's kind of dilapidated, but it doesn't appear to be locked.
Are there any windows or anything?
There are 2 windows on the walls that go back from the door that are those mortise windows that you can roll open.
Gotcha.
So they're just there for ventilation.
Yeah. But is it enough for me to peer inside at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look inside.
It's not that big. I'm not going to make you roll perception. It's this empty stone shed. There are still a couple of big pieces of metal in there, like old tubas and stuff, or what look to be the equivalent of tubas.
Some sort of wind instrument.
Exactly.
How much time do we have before classes? Because I think this will work well.
4. So we have
4 minutes.
apparently. We got to dash. We got to dash. We got to go.
Oh, run, we'll do this later.
Yeah. So now we cut to your favorite. I think it would be your favorite class, given what I know about Ash so far, and that is dance.
Yeah, probably. At least an enjoyable class.
Yeah, exactly. And in dance class, you meet, there's Professor Hazel Bladesinger. She's a young female elf who leads the dance class. So, roll me an athletics check.
Is this to dance?
No, this is to see if you got there in time.
Running to get there. Okay. Yeah, this is going to go well.
7? Hey, okay.
That's one of my worst skills.
So, because you did well, I'm only going to roll on a d4 for how many minutes late you are.
Oh, nice. Well, that's nothing in college.
And you are... it was 4 minutes. You weren't going to get there on time. You are 1 minute late.
That's nothing. People are still sitting down and getting their books out.
Yeah. Well, it's not books, but
get their leotards on, whatever.
Yeah. Hazel looks at you and looks at the magical clock on the wall. Glad you could join us. Get changed.
I will very quickly change.
Cool. There's not a whole lot that's going to go on this dance class. It's class. Unless we want to go over the things. I mean, you can roll a couple performance checks to see how well you do. Just give me 3 performance checks to see how much you've learned in dance class. 13, 14, 23. Okay, I like how they're all increasing, showing that you've learned.
Yeah, that's great.
That's good. Yeah, so performance class, the dance class goes by without a hitch. And then so class is over.
Is that my only class for the day? It's fine. We don't have to do anything else.
Yeah,
I'm just
like in college, they're actually spaced out. It's not like high school where it's just one class after the other.
Yeah, I might have only had this. This might be my only Wednesday class or whatever the case is. Yeah.
Or you had a big break before, and then it was the last class of the day. Class after lunchtime, done.
That works.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when I went to college, I spaced out and I made sure none of my classes started before 10 o'clock.
Oh, nice. I wish I could have done that. I had a chemistry class at 8 in the morning.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any classes starting before 10 o'clock, and I think on Wednesday my only class was biology at 11. So, that was nice.
All right, so yeah, you're done for the day, and obviously you and Sindar would have made plans to meet back at the shed, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I want to, because I know not every bard would be taking dance classes, but sure. I know that class would be one taken by multiple schools, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there a lost and found by the dance class stuff?
You know what? Now that you mention it, let's see. I'm going to roll another d4, and we're going to see what you find.
Cool.
There are 2 Valor uniforms that
perfect
seem to have been misplaced.
Well, I'm gonna snag those and shove them into my book bag.
So the Valor uniforms look a lot like what you have, but instead of the pink sort of, it's what we call it, like a surcoat that goes over the dress portion. It's more of a royal blue. Okay,
but the biggest difference is just the colors for most of the uniforms.
It's just the campus color. But yeah, it's and it's kind of like an urban campus, so it's not just one contained college campus.
There's like a whole bunch of buildings spread off across a few blocks, kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Like a typical university. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Some of them are more contained.
Yeah,
like all the buildings are together. But yeah, this one has like regular public buildings all interspersed throughout.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like Pitt campus or VCU.
I went to SUU, and it was spread out over a large area, but it was all university grounds. So there were also 4 theaters, I think, because it's a theater school.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of huge theater buildings.
Nice. But yeah, so the edge of some of the like the dormitories and such are on the edge of where the forest starts. So that would be like the edge of the city itself. The city doesn't have walls. It's not like a medieval city.
No, sure. It just kind of butts up to the forest on the one side or whatever.
Because there are ley liners that run through. That's why it's built up to be a college town, because it's easy to get to.
Yeah, makes sense.
So where were we?
Okay.
Oh yeah, you found the
yeah, so I'll go back. What was the name again? It was Sindel? Sindar.
Sindar im Edra im Ade. I can type that out.
We're gonna go with Sindar. I'm gonna write these down. Yeah, I'm gonna show up by the little shed and wait for Sindar.
Okay. About you get there, and a few minutes go by because the Glamour dormitory is closer to where you were taking dance class than her eloquence specialty class. But 5 minutes go by, and she shows up. Whew, I got back here as fast as I could. We're still on for this, right?
Yeah, and guess what I found? And I'll pull open the book bag and show.
Shut up, you did not find that.
Yeah, told you it was going to be easy.
Oh? My gosh. You haven't told anyone about this, have you?
Why would I tell anyone about this?
Okay, just making sure. And yeah, so let's roll another stealth check to see how quietly we can clear these things out.
Could Sindar and myself both provide bardic inspiration to each other for this?
Oh, yeah, sure. At this level, was it a D6?
It's D6, yeah, until like level 5 or something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll provide bardic inspiration to each other.
Just in case we struggle a bit, so okay, I'll roll stealth. And I'm gonna use that D6.
I rolled a 5.
So I got an 11 overall.
Are we giving... Can we inspire ourselves, or do we inspire each other?
We would inspire each other. So so since we're both doing it, it effectively is the same thing.
Okay. So now I have to roll my D20. And what is her dex? So an 8, and we got a 5, so that's a 13, and that's an 11. It's not the quietest, but it's not the loudest either.
Enough to hopefully make it not too crazy. I'm assuming it's a little ways away from the actual...
Yeah, it's a little ways away. But as you're moving these out, the groundskeeper does come up to you. So, what are you lassies up to?
Do I have like a musical performance teacher?
Yeah, it's Lothar Valent, Professor Valence.
Just a second, I'm gonna write that down. Oh, yeah, Professor Valence asked me to clear out some of these old instruments just for some extra credit.
I see.
Would you like me to roll deception?
I would like you to roll deception.
Well, that's a nat 20, 28.
I'll tell you what. These seem to be very heavy. I'm gonna get you a wheelbarrow. And listen, you seem like nice girls trying to stay out of trouble. I will take them to Professor Valence myself and say that you did a right good job.
I super appreciate that, but I would absolutely want to do that myself to show that I'm not, that I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to take full responsibility for it. But it's super nice of you to offer.
I try to be nice. What can I say? And the groundskeeper wanders off.
Okay.
You didn't think your critical success would work?
Would over-succeed.
Well.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good way to handle critical success.
No, I like it.
That.
That can totally happen. Like, he believed me so much that he wanted to offer his help because he's a nice guy. It's very reasonable.
So you see, DMs, if a player is rolling too well, you could potentially turn the table back on them. Don't do it every time, but it adds a little spice.
Don't give Chuck ideas right before we go into our final battle.
No.
You know how much we roll nat 20s in the other campaign.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, so...
Yeah, so we'll clear these things out, and I guess I'll just put them behind the shed?
Sure. Yeah, I don't think... let's do one more stealth.
I got a 5. Nat 1.
I guess it doesn't matter, because we, didn't roll so well, and I don't think Bardic Inspiration's gonna save you. You did catch the attention of Professor Bladesinger, was out for a wander. Why are you hanging out and removing the instruments from this shed?
I just was trying to find a private spot where I could do some extra dance practice.
In a shed?
Well, I know we're allowed to use some of the other facilities, but they're more public, and, sometimes I'm not so confident.
You danced quite well in class today. Why are you not confident?
It's just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. I'm still learning. I'm sure I'll get there.
I need to make I should have made a character sheet for Sindar, but... What's your wisdom save? Roll me she's gonna have the same stats as you, so roll me a wisdom save.
15.
Okay. You can see that she's starting to sweat a little bit under the pressure of getting interrogated, but she doesn't break. But she does pull you aside. Do you really still think this is gonna be a good idea? I know this was my idea, but we could abort.
I'm going to practice my dance, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm not going to give up on the bluff while the professor's still nearby.
The professor is a little bit skeptical, and just says to you, I was a student once in this college, and I understand that students like to get up to things, so I won't tell on you if you're not dancing, and wanders off.
I'm just gonna nudge Cinder and be like, that's why she's my favorite teacher.
God, why do you get all the cool teachers?
Because I'm in Glamour College.
Why did my parents want me to be an orator? An eloquence bard. I have to do all the talking. I don't get to dance or charm people.
I mean, we can dance. You could totally come to a dance class. I'm sure Professor Blightsinger would be fine with you just stepping in.
Probably. Okay, so we're gonna be keeping this. We're gonna be keeping We're gonna be keeping Coyne here. Should we have anything in here that he would need to keep him quiet and comfortable?
I mean, maybe like some food?
Yeah, we should get some food. There's a dining hall. There is the aforementioned spelled milk. There are plenty. There's also stores in town.
The spelled milk is totally a Glamour Bard bar.
Oh yeah, it's in the Glamour Bard campus.
I'm gonna go there, and we're gonna get some of the Glamour Bards out. At least, maybe not of giving them the full story, but we're gonna get some help.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes you a couple minutes to traverse across the campus, or across the Glamour campus, and Sindar actually says, "Oh, I have another afternoon class. I have to get going, but you got."
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Don't miss your class. I can take care of this part because we're not going to do the thing until tonight, anyways.
All right, good. And she gives you the finger guns as she wanders off. Yeah. So yeah, you walk across campus, and so the spelled milk, it's this 2-story tavern that looks like a Tudor house with the beams and the white slabs. It's got a big red door that the paint's peeling a little bit. And above it is a sign, spelled milk in big filigreed, just super extra typeface that they would put on with, it looks like a puddle of milk with a wand pointing at it. So yeah, you are at the spelled milk.
Just a second, I'm reading a spell effect real quick.
Oh, sure.
Let's see here. So, upon entering I'm going to cast Unearthly Chorus.
Ooh, okay, what does that do?
Music of a style I choose fills the air around me in a 30-foot radius. It spreads around corners, can be heard from up to 100 feet away. It moves with me, centered on me for the duration, which is up to 10 minutes. Until it ends, I make all charisma performance checks with advantage. And I can use a bonus action on each of my turns to beguile a creature within 30 feet of me that can see and hear the music. And they have to make a charisma saving throw. And then it's like if it's done during combat, they get advantage, blah, 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 blah. And they become someone that I successfully beguile becomes friendly to me for as long as it can hear the music until 1 hour after, and I will get deception and persuasion checks with advantage against that person. I'm doing it mostly just to enter the bar with theme music, which is a thing that Glamour Bards just tend to do because we all like to, be extra. So
sure. And
I will dance into the bar. And it'll be like on Cheers, and everyone's like, Jashe!
Hey! And so, yeah, you throw open the door, and as you enter, it's the Joy 20 theme playing behind you.
Yeah!
Or it's the Twilight Brigade theme playing behind you, because that's what we all know and love.
Yep.
And, yeah, they all, everyone who's there, because it's a fairly popular place. Yeah, they look at you. I mean, you're a first-year student, but somehow you're still pretty popular.
It's because I'm rich.
Yeah. But yeah, Jashe! Hey, girl, how's it going?
Dance on over. Going great. Just getting pumped for the Bard off.
That's
right. Which is what, is that the next day, I'm assuming, or something?
No, it'll be in a couple days.
Okay.
but everyone's pumped up. It's like, it's kind of like, like the big football game, but this one it's like Battle of the Marching Bands. Mm-hmm. And that's the big deal. So imagine if the football team was the cheerleaders or marching band for the marching band. They play a game to get the crowd pumped up to hear the music.
Like it should be.
Exactly. So yeah. So, are we gonna let the Valor get away with it again this year? Winning, or are we gonna do something about it?
Oh, we're gonna do something about it, and I've got a plan.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit down at the table with a few of these other students.
Well.
And I'll cut the music. I'll wave my hand, and it'll cut off.
Oh, I liked that music. All right, spill the beans.
I will, without giving any super specifics or without mentioning Sindar's name, I'll just say, like, I have a plan to steal the mascot. I'll just tell them that, basically.
You're gonna steal Coyne?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little dangerous?
Isn't that what we're here in school to do? Become bards and face danger?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I became a bard so that I can do all kinds of naughty things with naughty people. But
yeah, that's valid. That's valid. But that could still be dangerous to some.
Yeah, could be. But you're gonna steal that mascot. Okay. Have you been to the Valor dorms?
I've been by them, but I've never been inside.
Well, as someone who is trying to build up my repertoire, I have been. So I can give you the
rundown.
This is who you're talking to is your stereotypical male tiefling bard.
Nice. Yeah, if you can give me like a little map. I need to get some food so that we can keep it kind of under control for a while. Does anyone know if I can? If we can gather up some stuff here, or is there somewhere else I should get something from?
Well, how much coin you got? If you pitch in,
how much coin do I have?
So you have been paid by the real Jashe to go to class and roll me a D10. Okay, 10.
That's a 10.
You have got 10 electrum on you. No, 10 silver, because food is not that expensive, and this is pocket money that you have left over for spending around. You have to keep up some appearances.
Yeah. Okay, so 10 silver. Yeah, I've got a little bit of change on me.
All right, cool. Whatever you want to pitch in, they whistle. Everybody, pitch in. We're stealing a mascot, and we need food for it. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. Because all the people in the back who didn't hear your plan, and it just gets roars. Someone else casts Unearthly Chorus, and just triumphant music starts playing.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, I'll get I'll pitch in 5 silver, if you think. Heck yeah, I'm the rich kid. I'm endorsing this.
Sure. So you end up with a total of they get with a mixture of coppers and silver here and there. You're back up to 10 silver.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what we need, we're probably not gonna be able to get here, but down at the market we can get a nice, pretty big juicy cut of, like probably a whole leg or something to keep this cat satisfied.
Yeah, probably.
All right. I'll tell you what. You make your preparations. I'm excited. I want to be a part of this. I'm gonna tell you where to go, and I'm gonna give you the lay of the land, and we'll even go get that leg of mutton for you, whole leg, thigh, everything.
Awesome.
And as you're having this conversation, there is working at the counter is a Rasa, aka human, but I like calling them Rasa because it means blank slate, because humans can make half anything, apparently. You can get half elves out of them, you can get half orcs. But yeah, so her little name tag says her name is Amity. She's got golden hair. She's got bronze skin and brown eyes. Yeah, she works at the Spelled Milk. She leans over the counter. She's like, yeah. So, I can't help it over here that we're gonna give it to Valor pretty good.
That's the plan.
All right. I tried to steal a mascot back in my day, and didn't work out as well. But here, I want you to learn from my mistakes. I will be right back. And she rushes off to the kitchen, and you can hear like a clank and a, damn it, where did I put it? And a little more rustling of papers and items. She comes back a little more harrowed looking and hands you a vial. All right. If it's the same way that it was when I tried to steal Valor's mascot a couple years ago, you're gonna want this. You'll know when you have to use it. And it is it's an invisibility potion that will give you 30 seconds of invisibility.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh yeah, dude. That school's had it too good for too long. They think they're all courageous, but nobody messes with glamour.
They're just not talented enough to be a real bard.
Duh. Gosh.
You piss off all of the Valor bard fans out there.
Yeah, so the rest of the group are like, all right, guys, we're heading out. Where do you want us to bring it?
I'll tell them about the shed behind the glamour dorms, and then I'll just kind of ask them in general to just try and kind of keep Valor people and the staff and stuff out of the way as much as any of them can without causing a huge problem.
Okay.
If anyone wants to just like go to a party that the Valor bar guys are going to and keep them distracted there, things like that. So whatever's going on, keep people away.
The tiefling gives you a wink and says, I think I can keep them pretty distracted.
Yeah, you can.
So yeah. Is there anything else you want to do at the cafe? They're famous for their coffee stout, which is...
I will get one in preparation and celebration.
Cool. You're drinking it there?
Heck yeah.
Okay. Cool. So after your stout, I take it you're heading back? Or are you...
Yeah, I'll meet up with Sindar, I think. I will go... Because I'm assuming I don't keep my disguise kit on me.
No, I would assume that...
So I will go to my dorm and grab some, makeup and things from that.
Okay. I mean, unless you do, but yeah. If you keep...
Maybe I keep some of the basics on me, but I'll just grab, some of the more advanced pieces just in case we need them for Sindar. And then I'll go around to where I'm going to meet her, which I'm assuming is by the shed again.
Mm-hmm.
And I will change into the Valor uniform. I'll switch the jackets out or whatever.
Okay.
And then I'm going to changeling shift when I'm sure, when in the shed when I know no one's looking, into a completely just random Rasa person.
Okay.
That doesn't look specifically like anyone, but looks loosely like kind of what a lot of the different Valor kids kind of look like.
Okay, let's...
I assume they're all kind of more of that muscly jock type, a tiny bit, as much as you can be being a bard.
Yeah, so you look like a total jock. You transform into someone who's got a very punchable face.
Yep.
With that, you've got short hair. You know, like Eddie Redmayne's hair.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that. It's almost like a Roman general type cut.
Or almost a faux hawk kind of thing.
Yeah, like what's his face? Is it Percy from Critical Role? Like that kind of haircut.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And so you've got a sandy blonde hair, and you've got these just dark, really dark blue eyes. You definitely look like a legacy student.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So yeah, you fit right in. You're about 5'7" or 5'10", so your average height, But you have.
Yep.
But yeah. And then Sindar, or no, I'm trying to think. Jashe would be 5. No, Jashe is not that tall. Jashe is only 5'4", so she's average. Does Disguise Kit say you can change your height like that? Or would
Disguise Kit does not, but Shape Changer does.
It does. Would you want to be that tall?
Let's see. You can adjust your height and weight, but not so much that your size changes. So as long as I'm still medium-sized category,
okay,
which within normal range of human height is going to still be considered medium.
Basically, what I'm asking is, do you want to do anything beyond what a Disguise Kit should be able to do?
I will try to make myself a little bit taller.
Okay.
Like, enough so that if, like, the two forms were put up next to each other, they would clearly be a different height and could not be mistaken for the other.
So probably like 5'7", like an extra 3 inches.
Yeah, an extra couple of inches.
Okay, plausible for the Disguise Kit.
And a tiny bit bulkier.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like, padding and platform shoes kind of thing maybe could do it.
Okay. Yeah, so, again, Sindar's a little late, and she reaches the shed, and she's like, oh my god, they're onto our plan, and starts to head away. Because she's...
Sindar, it's me.
Who is you?
It's Jashe.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's a great disguise.
Yeah?
Can you do me?
I might not be able to do as much, because there's a little bit of glamour magic involved, but I can definitely help you out a little bit.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I'll give her the other uniform, and we'll use the disguise kit and do some makeup stuff. Make her look as different as we possibly can.
Okay. Yeah. She looks like another Veterac that would be in that school. You know, your average Valor Veterac.
I'm gonna see if there's anything of like how to use proficiency with this kit. Lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to create a visual disguise.
Let's do a slate of, I'm not going to make it roll for you, but just for funsies, for Sindar, let's have you roll a sleight of hand, and we'll add your proficiency bonus to that.
I already add proficiency bonus to sleight of hand.
Oh, okay, well,
I actually have expertise, I think, in sleight of hand.
Okay, well,
if I'm looking at this correctly. Yes, I have expertise in sleight of hand, so let me roll just a flat roll here. So it would be D20, same stats would be +3 so D20 +5.
Okay, and you rolled a... Okay, yeah,
24.
It's a really good disguise.
Awesome.
Oh, I didn't bring a mirror. I didn't know we were going to be doing this. Do you have anything?
I'll pull out my mirror, and we will look at let her see how good she looks.
She looks at it. She has a slightly blank expression on her face for just a fleeting moment. And it goes back.
We straight up used latex and spirit gum and stuff to change the shape of her jawline and everything even a little bit.
And
not a huge amount, but it's good. Yeah.
And it's super well blended. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then she looks at it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, this is me? Clearly." Whew. All right, we're doing this.
Glamour bard, baby.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go steal a mascot.
I will share the little map that got drawn up for me, and we'll kind of pour over that to try to both of us are as familiar as we can get with having just a simple hand-drawn map. Mm-hmm. And then we'll we're going to wait till it's a little bit later in the evening, I think, probably.
Okay. And
we'll head over that way. So we'll maybe kind of just hang out around the quad for a little bit and blend in. Yeah,
you probably wouldn't want to be seen hanging around the glamour dorms in your Valor uniforms.
Yeah, so I'll sneak along the tree line. We'll kind of walk along the tree line for a little while till we get more to some of the generic buildings.
Yeah.
And then head back into the quad from there.
Okay.
So the worst case, someone could think we just took a walk along the tree line, which wouldn't be insanely uncommon. Especially if we were sword fighting or anything. Also, do the Valor bards, do they typically carry their swords with them because they're super proud of it or whatever?
They're,
Or is that not allowed on campus?
If anything, they would carry practice swords. But
okay.
That's only your oh, I'm a Valor bard. Not every one of them does.
Okay. I was just gonna say, because maybe I would have grabbed my rapier, but if that's not normally allowed or considered good form, I won't do that.
No, they would only be carrying practice weapons, if anything. So it's half and half, whether or not they do.
All right, I won't try to be one of the super cockiest looking ones, so I won't do anything like that.
Okay. So yeah, do you want to? Is there anything you want to do until the time?
I'll just pretend. We'll just kind of pretend to be studying. So maybe if there is like a public sword practice area, maybe we'll go there and just sword fight each other, kind of, and try and just observe and see how the other Valor bards are in case we can glean anything from them.
Yeah. Okay.
To blend in better.
Yeah. So at the other end of the quad, near basically where the entryway to, or the path to where the Valor school starts, there's like a gym.
Yeah.
That they would have.
So we'll go there and kind of just like, without straining ourselves, just kind of practice a little bit.
Okay. Just make me 2 athletics rolls.
Yeah. Oh, great. 15 and a 13. That could have been a lot worse.
I had you roll 2 because I needed you to roll 1 for Sindar.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, you guys don't strain yourselves or hurt. If you rolled a 1, you were gonna like sprain an ankle or something, but
yeah.
or if you roll nat 1, but yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so everything's good. You just kind of play around and you like the two of you kind of do your fake sword fight, being like, oh, ho, 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 I'm a Valor bard, ho, ho, ho.
We have the sword fighting conversation from Princess Bride.
Yeah. I have studied my Agrippa.
Which I have.
I am not even left-handed. Ha ha ha. Yeah,
I'm not left-handed either.
You don't say. Oh, yeah, so the time passes. People filter in and out. It's getting close to dinner time, so a lot of them most of the people who have been practicing have cleaned up and are on their way out.
Yeah, we should probably get some food, and then once everyone's going to like their after dinner activities and stuff, that's when we want to go, I think.
Okay. There is the
So we'll maybe go to like the general like mess hall area.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty much it's like a standard it's not really like Hogwarts Great Hall, but it's basically if you took a standard cafeteria and put it in more of an old-timey setting. It is a bard college, so it is still a little extra. So everything's kind of got that Art Deco flair to it.
Sure.
So yeah, you get your meal. It's like a copper.
Yep. Okay.
And you sit down and you have your food. And a couple of the Valor bards come up to you, and they're like, huh, "You ready to stick it to Glamour again? Bunch of losers."
Well, you know it. Those scrubs aren't even gonna know what hit them.
That's right. They couldn't even hit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go chow down over here, but good seeing you around.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you two eat your meal. It's pretty uneventful. There's nothing too out of the ordinary. Yeah, and then mealtime's over.
I do love that this person came up to a random Valor student and just assumed it was someone that he probably had seen around, but didn't want to act like he didn't know the person's name. So just was like, yeah, man.
Hey.
That's so real, though.
They looked familiar, like from far away, and once they got up close, they're like, oh, it's too late to back out now.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. You'd think they would have better charisma being bards.
Valor bards, they still are charisma-based, but they potentially need more dexterity and strength, depending.
True.
So.
Yeah, so dinner goes by without too much of a hitch. And then Sindar says to you, all right, this might be the time. I mean, people aren't all back in the dorm now. It's good a time as any.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, you got the map?
We'll head. Yep, I've got the map, and we will casually head towards the dorm.
All right. So yeah, given that it's a just roll me 2 performance checks just to keep up the ruse. I'm sure you're gonna pass them. Yeah.
10 and a 16.
You're not. I would say advantage, but they're the same numbers because of the uniforms. It's not a super high DC. you pass those.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be.
That's right. You make your way up to the dormitory. There's no guards or anything, it's just a standard college dorm. And you make your way in. There's people walking through. They don't really pay you any mind. Again, looking like you belong goes a long way.
Yep.
And you take a look at the map. And on the map, it tells you pretty much where to go. So just give me a quick survival check just to make sure your map reading skills are good. With advantage, because you're getting help, so 12.
12.
Yeah, it would have been like a flat 10 for the DC. It's not.
I mean, yeah, it's like survival out in the wilderness is one thing. In a building that's standard, built of standard construction, is a little bit easier to navigate.
I mean, it was like a hastily drawn napkin sketch. So
yeah.
It would be not everything is to proportion, but yeah. You walk through, and the Valor Bard. It's the dormitories. It's got this big foyer. Or foyer if you want to be fancy. That's got
we're bards, so foyer.
Yeah, it has all their victory banners hanging off of the ceiling, like in high school gymnasiums. From as you do.
Yeah. Yep.
There are various swords that line the walls. Different types of weapons, like the tchotchkes at the top of like old Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And so Sindar looks and be like. Looks all up and the dormitory is like, wow. I don't know what else I was expecting.
Yeah. Honestly can't say I'm surprised.
Valor. Okay. Alright, so this map says we have to go straight through this hallway, and we hang a right, and then we go is that up the stairs? I think that's up the stairs. Yeah, we go up the stairs, and it looks like there's a corridor. And then we go back down. Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. Roll me 2 more performance checks just for walking through the hall. 22 and 20. Yeah, easy peasy.
I think we're doing even better now that we're in here. The ambiance is making it easier.
Exactly. Yeah, you're strolling through like you're supposed to be there. You're wearing the uniforms. You've got the swagger going on. I'm a dashing Valor Bard. Haha. And so the directions take you to a stable, and you make 2 perception checks. Okay, yeah. So you're actually
doing good
pretty
right
far
now.
away. Behind you, you hear this conversation. There's this little squeaky voice, and she says, I cannot believe that we have to go and clean these stables. I really don't want to have to go clean this guy. I don't want to have to clean Coyne's pen. It's not fair. All we did was a little prank. And you hear an older, or more of a low-sounding, male voice. Yeah, it really freaking sucks. And they haven't even let the Melly clean out the stable all day. I'm sure it's going to be piled high with everything that Coyne's eaten in the past day that he filtered through his system. The Melly, make me a history check with advantage. 19. Good. I mean, you've seen them around. I just wanted to see how familiar you are with that. Not everybody calls them that, but I mean, that is a somewhat accepted term. They're little dudes. They're little, they almost look like little automatons. They're instead of mechanical joints, they have what look to be like glowing orbs that magically connect their joints.
Awesome. Yeah. Love that concept.
So that's what they are, and they're little. They almost act like house elves, but they don't seem to have too much autonomy. They kind of just do what you tell them.
They're kind of like maintenance drones, essentially.
Sort of. I mean, some of them do seem to have a little bit of personality, but they're not. They don't seem to have too much of a will of their own.
Yeah. Okay.
If they don't have anything to do, they'll just kind of keep doing what they had been doing, or once that's complete, they'll just stand around until you tell them to do something else, unless you've given them prescribed orders.
Gotcha.
And
And there's probably staff members that are responsible for giving out orders for big chunks of time and stuff.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and then these melee, the melee had been cleaning the pen that Coyne is kept in. And yeah, they've been removed for the day, so that the punishment for these students is extra harsh.
I'm gonna like pat Sindar on the shoulder and like motion for her to stay put for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna walk over to these two kids.
Okay, so the two kids, one, the high-pitched voice came from a little goblin, and the other one is, she's female goblin, and you have a Rasa male.
Okay. I'll walk over and I'll be like, I couldn't help but overhear that you guys got punished to clean the pens.
Yeah, we
What'd you do?
We got, we thought we were going to be sneaky and we were going to steal Eli, but we got caught.
That would have been great, but, yeah, well, I tell you what, I happen to know a way that we can get that cleaned, and I'd be willing to take care of that for you. For a little kashish.
The little goblin squeaks up, "Oh my god, I would be so happy if you would clean that for us." Yeah, I've got, how much do I have on me? She rifles through her little pocket. It's a copper and a silver.
Okay, I'll look at that, and I'll look towards the other student and be like, I don't know, that's not quite enough for me to remember how to do it.
Okay, fine. And he reaches into his pocket, he pulls out 2 more silver.
I'll snatch it all real quick from him, and then I'll just be like, alright, you guys just kind of stay out of sight so no one realizes it's not you, and we'll take care of it.
Oh my god, we are forever new dad. Are you new to this school? Did you transfer in? I haven't seen you around.
I just, I've been here for a couple of years, and I try to kind of keep to myself because I got in trouble a couple of times years back, and yeah.
A bard laying low? Wow, well, I guess there's a first time for everything.
It's fine, because then I can
She's already gone.
surprise them. Okay, yeah, good enough, whatever. I'll take the money. They didn't even ask the name, so I didn't have to come up with a fake name, so good.
Yeah, they were way more interested in not having to clean up.
Which is great, because then they're going to get in twice as much trouble when it's still filthy.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah, so then I'll rejoin Sundar. I will pocket this place. What do I get? I got 3 silver and a copper?
Yes. So write that down in your inventory.
It's not that important, but I'm keeping track of it on a small little separate sheet so that it's like, this is my one-shot equipment sheet.
It's largely irrelevant to your actual campaign inventory.
None of this will matter unless we get like a specific item that we decide I held on to or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'll rejoin her, and then we'll head off, because now we know that it's going to be left alone, because everyone wanted them to clean it, and they probably didn't want them to have anyone else helping.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty scot-free.
She looks like, ew, are we going to have to clean that now?
Of course we're not going to freaking clean it. Are you kidding? It's going to be so much funnier when they get in twice as much trouble for shirking their duties.
Oh my gosh, it is. I like the way you think. I think this is why we're friends.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, onwards. All right. So you get down to the holding area.
Yeah.
As you get there, the stable actually appears to be empty. There doesn't seem to be anything in there. There's the main, like, how horse barns look? There's the main walking aisle.
Yep.
And then off to the side, there's like, so
the stalls, I guess.
There's the stall, and then there would be another area for where the food would be kept, and you can see out behind the stall there would be a what appears to be a pen, where it's a fairly large roaming area.
Okay.
And the wall, as you can see out the back, would probably be tall enough that if you wanted to climb out, you could peer over it, but the gate doesn't seem to be locked.
The gate into the...
And the gate into the stall doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay.
I mean, it's shut and latched, but there's no lock on it.
I will cautiously approach.
Okay. Do you open the door?
Not yet. I want to listen if I hear anything on the other side. I can't see into it, just open clearly.
Okay. Make a perception check.
12.
Let's go with an 18 because Sindar's helping you.
Okay.
You don't see anything through the bars of the stall wall. or out into the pen. But but you do feel a tap on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You might want to turn around and look at this.
I will turn and look.
On the opposite wall is a very large mirror, and it looks like the whole bar, like the barn, is reflected in the mirror.
Okay.
And in the stall, you see Coyne in the mirror.
But not in reality.
Not in this stall.
I'm so bad at these kinds of D&D riddle puzzles.
I will give you can roll an intelligence check, and you can do that with advantage because Sindar's going to be helping you to think about it. If you need to help before thinking about it.
Do I see myself in the mirror?
You do see yourself in the mirror, and you see Sindar in the mirror.
Okay. I would like to go up closer and examine it without touching it.
Okay, yeah. It's you in the mirror. It's mimicking your movements.
How big is the mirror?
Big enough that you could get an entire peregrine lion through it.
Okay. I'm gonna do the whole like seeing your twin thing. Mm-hmm. In front of the mirror.
Sindar walks up too, and she's a little less cautious than you, and actually puts her hand up to the mirror. Oh my god! It's
what?
That there's nothing there, but I felt my hand, like the other me's hit my reflection's hand.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. I will reach up and touch as well.
And you feel your opposite hand touch your hand.
If I try to push against it, I'm assuming I feel resistance.
You feel
and it
an
won't
equal
let me push
force
through.
pushing back on you.
I got it. Okay. All right. I want to look around the stable to see if there's any gear or anything used to help, and maybe some food and stuff to help like control Coyne when like moving him around or her around. Is it a him? It's a him.
I'd say it's it because they want the big mane for the peregrine lion.
That makes sense. Okay, so so like any sort of like typical animal handling gear or anything like that.
Yeah, there is a it almost looks like a big specialized horse bridle. Okay. And then roll me an investigation check with advantage because you're getting help. 22.
Nat 20.
Yeah. So you find you find the food prep area, and you see where all that is. There's big slabs of meat. There's actually a fair amount of vegetables too, for a well-rounded diet.
Yeah, I'll if there's like a feed bag or something similar, I will slough a bunch of that into a feed bag.
With a 22, there was always a feed bag, but you definitely know where it is.
I've definitely found it. All right, I will get any of that, like a bridle and stuff, all prepared. Is there a muzzle, perchance?
Yes. With the gnat, you find all the equipment you will need to handle this guy.
I'll grab that. I'll look to Sindar and I'll be like, okay, step back. And I'm going to uncork the invisibility potion. I'm going to down it. I'm going to walk through the mirror.
Yeah, and you do because your reflection has disappeared.
I figured it out. Okay. It wasn't as tough of a riddle as I thought it would be. But admittedly, you did give me a clue earlier. So
I said you'd know when to use it.
Yep. No, that's well done. I like it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll step in there and I will cautiously approach Coyne in this mirror world.
Yeah. He walking through the mirror.
Okay.
You instantly are hit with a not very pleasant smell. Make me a Constitution save.
Oh. Nat 20.
You fight through the urge to yak. You're like, nope, I'm doing this. And you walk up to Coyne, and he seems to be. He's a little cautious. His feathery mane is a little bit ruffled because you smell a little different. But other than that, he's chill. He's been around people.
Okay. Hey boy, you ready to go out? And I'll kind of like show that I have the feed bag.
You see him go like make a sniff, and he gets really excited. The Coyne perks up. His lion mane kind of smooths back a little bit more at the sight of food.
Okay, go ahead.
Just make a quick animal handling check. You have advantage because you're holding the food that he wants. Okay, 7.
7.
You take 2 damage from his beak as you try to get the feed, like the bridle and feed bag up to him. But you manage to do it.
Okay.
And with
so I have him hooked up to the bridle and everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, and so with the feed bag, it's a lot easier to get the bridle onto him because now he's distracted by yum-yums.
Okay, and then I will try and kind of lead him out through the mirror.
Yeah.
I'm assuming looking back at the mirror, I don't see either reflection now.
As you take him back out through the mirror, his reflection's not there, but yours is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Again.
So mine is ended now. That's fine. All right. Okay. Now we just got to get out of here.
Yeah. Are we just gonna walk him back through the dorm?
So there's the field you said that's connected to the stable, right?
Yeah.
Does it have a fence around it?
Yeah. It's this big wall. There is a tall gate. I assume. Yeah. There's a tall gate, and it's a big stone wall that surrounds it. That he would normally have.
Is there another exit out of that field, or is it?
Yeah, if you were to walk through the stall and to get out through you can get out through that gate.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's go out that way because hopefully it's near the edge and we can kind of sneak him into the trees, maybe.
Sure. Roll a stealth. Roll me 3 stealth checks, 1 for each of you. 14,
13, 21.
Awesome. Yeah, you make it to the woods. Pretty uneventful.
All right, we'll just slowly sneak him through the trees around the campus and everything until we get to the shed, I guess.
So make me another animal handling check. Okay. Yep.
17.
It's everything's still fine. He's getting
his nice big, much bigger meal than he's usually fed, I'm sure, because I just stuffed that thing full. So
yeah. He's completely happy to take you wherever he wants. He thinks it's go time for, rallies and stuff. So this is what he does.
Yep.
So he's used to be.
Yeah.
And just for me. Yep.
I will keep my eye out for if I notice anyone else anyone else moving around or anything that I might have to hide from or something. So.
It's pretty slow going, but as you get to you get past of where Valor is and you get to the Glamour area, you roll me a perception.
16.
You do see your dance instructor kind of walking past the dorms.
Like near us or just...
If she were to... I'm going to roll her perception. Actually, yeah, because if it...
I will cast Minor Illusion and create a static image in front of us of just the empty forest.
That'll work.
So just a flat plane of an image on the side of us facing her that just looks like what it would look like if we weren't there.
Yeah. So just as you cast it, Coyne steps on a twig, and you see her glance over, but your illusion is blocking the sight. So she shakes her head and just keeps walking.
Yeah, Minor Illusion, baby.
Yeah, and
one of the best cantrips in Dungeons & Dragons, in my opinion.
And you make it back to the shed.
Cool. Is there a big mutton leg prepared in there?
There is.
Awesome. I'll put Coyne in there. I'll loosely tie off the bridle to something so he has room to move around.
Okay.
And we'll leave the food in there, and then I'm gonna close the door and lock it.
Very good.
Or as best I can. I'll kind of calm Coyne down a little bit and be like, just wait here, buddy. And then, yeah, we'll close it. I think, I'll tell Sindar, like, okay, if you just want to, we're going to take turns and kind of just check on him the next couple of days until the bard off, make sure he's fed. We'll both kind of take a little bit of responsibility for that, but otherwise I think we're set. And I'll help her take the makeup and stuff off and switch back into her uniform.
Oh, finally, I feel like myself again. I couldn't keep that up for too long.
Yeah, I know, but it was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, it was super fun. We should do this more often.
Totally. All right. And then once she leaves, I'll transform back into myself. Well, into Jashe.
Okay.
Then I'll just kind of head back to the dorms and meet up with any of the students from the bar and the cafe, and I'll just be like, I'll tell them all like, it's all good. Let's all just kind of work together to keep an eye on it, and we're set. We're golden.
All right. Yeah, we'll totally help you. I don't think you should be left alone. So,
okay.
Someone will
we're
post
working
up.
shifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool. So we'll set up with them during free periods and stuff, and taking turns at night to all kind of keep an eye on it.
Make me a Constitution save.
4.
Your arm is very sore from all the high fives that you've gotten.
Okay. I love it. All right. Yeah.
So yeah, we can fast forward a couple of days to the bard off.
Dope. Okay.
So yeah, you.
And I'll keep, obviously, we'll acquire more food as needed and stuff, and everyone's taking turns watching.
It's basically, the students are, have filled the stands of what looks to be a giant amphitheater that can fit the entire school into it. And each school sends their best bands to play, or to do whatever performance they wish to do. And they have judges. It's very much like the ice skating in the Olympics in terms of judging style. And it's kind of tournament. And they can't do or say the same thing each time. So it's like a rapid fire America's Got Talent.
Cool.
And beforehand, all the schools are parading out onto the stage with their mascots in tow, pumping up the crowd, waving their arms. And you just see Valor just sheepishly walk out looking dejected.
And all the glamour bards cheer when they see this happen. They're like, yeah. Actually, probably half the school does, because I get the feeling that no one likes Valor right now.
No, they're
like the Slytherin of the.
I mean, they're not that bad. But they're not fun to have to deal with, because they think they're so cool. Because So yeah.
Awesome.
And make me another perception check.
Take your pick, 22 or 22.
In the Valor section, you can make out a Rasa and a goblin sitting next to each other, just face palming, because they are in so much trouble.
Amazing.
And while you don't get any material prizes, you do get the good graces of your entire College of Glamour.
Cool. I definitely set myself up as being someone they like for being a first-year student.
Like, you set Jashe up for it anyway.
Well, yeah, but that's who I'm going to be while I'm at school,
Right. And
I was going to cast Unearthly Chorus and then use my bard ability, my enthralling performance on the judges.
Yeah. You've got them doing, the bardic inspiration. Some are trying to, surreptitiously weave in, silvery barbs and vicious
Which I also
mockery.
have, so I will definitely be using silvery barbs to hurt the other team and help mine. Yep.
And it's like a non-lethal vicious mockery, so they don't actually take the damage from it.
They just take like a disadvantage on an attack or on an ability or whatever. Yeah.
So by having the battle of the bards or the bard off, and getting the whole school into it, it's not just a generic battle of the bands. It's literally which school can have the most influence upon the performers. Yeah,
they absolutely encourage cheating, because that's the whole nature of using bardic manipulation and stuff. Cool. Suck it, Valor Bards.
Don't worry, anyone who plays a Valor Bard, we do still like you. And that's it for tonight. Thanks for listening. I want to give a special thanks to all the composers on Pixabay who contribute their music royalty-free. If you want to find them, they'll be listed in the show notes. If you loved this and decided you have more love to give, snag yourself a t-shirt or a beverage vessel from our TeeSpring, also listed in the show notes. We have a Discord. Come down and say hi. Joining is 100% legal and totally free. I'm your friendly GM, Madeline Curie, otherwise known as Curiosity, and this has been another installment of Joy 20's Worldweave. As always, may you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye!
Bye.